This dude is highly disciplined.
I want some rest! Are we having fun yet?
I seriously wish I had an ounce of amount of discipline that Blake Wesley has. This is great. So I was looking more into his backstory and a little bit of where he comes from, and I talked about this in another video. I don't know which one will be uploaded first, but I just wanted to kind of briefly go over this with you guys, just so we can get a better feel of who Blake Wesley is and the family in which he comes from. Now, this article in particular, I think it came out in 2020. Yeah, 2020, so a couple years ago, and we can kind of get a pretty good idea of Blake Wesley's family life and just who he is, or things that he's been working on ever since a young age. So let's just kind of go straight in from here. So Blake and his father, Derek Wesley, recently spoke with Irish Breakdown about a different side of Blake and the family. Everyone knows about Wesley, the recruit and the athlete, but he is equally as talented off the court. The Wesley family is heavily involved in the South Bend community school system, and are also heavily involved in the community as a whole. So Blake's mom, Leslie Wesley, and I both grew up in the South Bend area. I went to South Bend Riley like Blake, and she went to La Salle, I have no idea, high school. So we are both products of the South Bend community school system. She's now on the school board, and the district is responsible for about 16,000 students. Okay, so his mom she's cold-blooded. She had relatives that have been teachers, administrators, and also principals in South Bend. In fact, her entire family pretty much comes from an education background. Okay, so you already know. Look. You say all this to really say this. She's stern. Okay, he has some stern parents. I'm sorry. If you have a parent, look, maybe I'm just overly assuming here, but if you have a parent that's in the school system like this, more than likely they're pretty stern. I'm just gonna make that assumption, okay? From what I've seen, that's usually the case. So he has some stern parents. All right, but moving on. The Wesleys would actually move away for about 10 years after high school. The elder Wesley played basketball at Ball State? Wow. University, and Miss Wesley received her bachelor's degree from Indiana University in Bloomington. However, getting back to South Bend and raising a family in the community they grew up in was always a part of the plan. This is our home, he stated in regards to South Bend. We both moved away for a little while. I played ball at Ball State. She went to college at Indiana University, and then I got my first job in Bloomington. After that, we moved to Indianapolis for a few years before coming back to South Bend and starting our family. I came back here to run my State Farm insurance agency. Man, so his parents are rather successful people, hardworking people. Blake comes from a sports family. Obviously, his dad played college basketball, but his mom was a cheerleader in high school, and his siblings all played sports in high school, and including soccer, volleyball, and basketball. One of his older sisters, Taylor, played college basketball for Indiana University South Bend, and just graduated earlier this year, so that would have been 2020. Blake also grew up playing other sports, but elected to focus solely on basketball in high school. So this is Blake Wesley talking. Growing up, I played soccer and football as well. I played all over the field in football. I lined up at quarterback, receiver, and safety, so he's pretty smart. I meant to highlight that. I don't know why I highlighted it. I meant to, yeah, this. And would do that all in the same game. We were in our first playoff game, and I was tripped up during a quarterback draw and ended up breaking my thumb. I was still able to shoot and stuff, but after that, I decided to focus solely on basketball. Now, moving on, I found this pretty interesting, and this is gonna be kind of like the last segment we kind of talk about. But right now, Blake Wesley is just trying to get better on and off the court. Summer school, sleep, and weight training have been essential parts of his everyday routine. AAU started back up recently as well, so he's been able to get back on the court and compete with his teammates. Now, if you guys don't know this whole AAU thing, he was actually supposed to play with Jeremy Sohan, so I found that pretty interesting. But due to COVID, as we can see here, early on when COVID first started, I just tried to keep my distance. Actually, he was supposed to play with them, but as you know, your boy Jeremy Sohan, he was over in Britain and he just couldn't travel due to COVID, but they were supposed to play on the same AAU team. So that would have been really cool if they already had that connection, but it seems like they've become friends since anyways. Eat, lift, and repeat was sort of my motto. The gym just opened back up recently, so I was able to get back in there. And then I just finished my summer school class I was taking. I'm trying to go to sleep a lot earlier than I used to as well. I've noticed when I get to bed earlier the next day, I shoot better, so I've tried to make that a daily routine, but I'm just trying to keep my mind and body right. My goal is to be 185 pounds, and right now I am 177. So you can see that even at a young age, because 2 years ago, he would have been about what, 17? Probably about 17, I'm assuming. So yeah, he really showed a lot of discipline even then, and his family being as stern, because I'm gonna make this assumption, they're stern, being as stern as they are, it was really good to kind of keep him on track. And it seems as if he was maybe just a natural good kid. Okay, so anyways, I just wanted to kind of highlight a little bit of this backstory with you guys, just so we can get a better understanding of who he is, who his parents are, and where he comes from, because that is important, and we're going to be able to see that manifest on the court. So when we see him being humble and he becomes a genuine San Antonio Spur, we'll know why. But anyways, you guys want to support the channel, it's only $2 a month. Patreon, YouTube links below. Until next time, man, deuces.